Rivers are one of the most unique gifts of nature for mankind. We get a lot of different benefits from rivers, from water for all our needs, to food, for example, by getting fish. Thousands of rivers encircle the globe. In this episode, we will find out which of them have the most transparent water. Switzerland is located in Central Europe. Although it is a small country, a significant part of the territory is occupied by mountains, Alps and Jura. This is one of the most beautiful countries in the world whose nature is charming and beautiful. Switzerland has the richest water resources. In this alpine country there are 6% of all Western European water reserves in the face of lakes, rivers and other reservoirs. From all this water abundance, a river stands out, the waters of which are so transparent and clean that it seems that the water is specially driven through various sewage treatment plants. In fact, this is a natural phenomenon. The river is called Versace. It is recognized as the purest river on the planet as well as the most beautiful in Europe. It is located in the valley of the same name in the Italian-speaking part of the country, the Swiss canton of Ticino. It originates at the top of the Piso Barone mountain with a height of 2,864 meters. There is a small stream gathered into a powerful and cold stream of water, then its 30-kilometer path lies to the south, where the river flows into the Maggiore, a mountain lake between Switzerland and Italy. The depth of the Versace is very shallow, only 10 meters. However, there are areas where this can reach up to 15 meters. The entire path that it makes from the source to the confluence with the lake is decorated with lush Mediterranean vegetation, with chestnut forests and vineyards, which attracts endless streams of tourists, connoisseurs of the true beauty of nature, and lovers of scuba diving to this place. To look at the world from the 15-meter bottom, through the prism of emerald distortions of water, is an unforgettable sight. The clear waters of the mountain river make it possible to admire the stones of various shades, smoothly polished over thousands of years. However, apart from the stones, it is impossible to see anything else in it, as for unknown reasons there are completely no living organisms in the water of the Versace River. Scientists have not given an exact answer to the question of why this happens, but many of them blame the increased acidity, which contributes to perfect transparency and paints boulders at depth in the most incredible colors. However, international studies have uncovered this myth. It turned out that the acidity level does not differ from other reservoirs of the country, and the mystery of the dead river continues to excite the minds of scientists. The water in Versace is just icy. The temperature of its purest waters, usually even in the hottest weather, does not exceed 10 degrees. For many years, making her way through the rocks, Versace washed natural baths in them, which in summer became a favorite place for bathing. In some places, Versace is quite dangerous, as it has turbulent undercurrents. But, despite the threat, many brave souls still plunge into its clean, but mercilessly cold waters. Therefore, local caretakers work there, warning of danger and pointing out every place where it is relatively safe to swim. The Versace River is loved by fans of extreme sports. One of the extreme sports on Versace is rafting. The descent along the mountain rivers can carry 6 to 8 people on an inflatable raft boat. This is a rather dangerous hobby, but is popular on the mountainside of Switzerland. In 1965, an arched contra dam was built on Versace, which soars 220 meters into the sky. The dam creates Lake Lago di Vigorno, 2 kilometers upstream from Lake Maggiore, and also supports the Versace hydroelectric power plant, with a capacity of 105 megawatts. The dam is one of the highest platforms for bungee jumping from a huge height on an elastic rope. It became a popular place for bungee jumping after the first scene of the 1995 James Bond film GoldenEye, when Agent 007 jumped off the dam. The stunt was performed by British stuntman Wayne Michaels. The jump was voted as the best movie stunt of all time in a 2002 Sky Movies poll. Now this jump has turned into a popular attraction for tourists. Anyone can repeat it for just €250. Jumpers consider the dam to be one of the most extreme places in the world, since falling headfirst from a height of more than 200 meters requires real courage. Tourists who have made a jump admit it is addictive, and the overall experience brings a vivid sensation. The attraction of this area is the Roman Bridge. This is a double stone bridge, built in the form of an arch, connecting the banks of the river. It was built in the early 17th century. It is not known exactly what influenced the name. There are two versions: either the Romans were engaged in construction, or this is an architectural feature. While walking along this bridge, you can see the Versace River from a different angle and admire its ornate curves, making sure of the fantastic purity and unique color of the water. From any point of observation, you can feel the power and some kind of magic of this amazing mountain river. The water in the Versace River is so clean that you can see in detail the bridge over it from a depth of 15 meters. And below the bridge there is a paradise for cycling enthusiasts. Piles of boulders create a lot of natural trails for representatives of this extreme sport. There is also something to see in the surrounding area. In the valley of Versace, you can see beautiful villages in which almost all houses are built of layered stone. Along with the Versace River, authentic settlements are also of great interest. Many houses here are more than 400 years old. It seems incredible, but clay was not used in the construction of the houses, and the cobblestones are held by their own weight. There is a regional museum in the village of Sinonio. Also in Brion Versace you can visit a church whose history dates back to the 13th century. Versace is often called the Green Water River, after the name of the village, Labertezzo. This place has a sad page in its history. Once a terrible avalanche hit the village and buried it under a huge layer of snow. In memory of this, they say, there is a red mark on the local church. It was up to this mark that the snow was laid. In many alpine settlements in the canton of Ticino, there have been fewer and fewer inhabitants in recent decades. The reason for this is that young people leave to study and work in the cities. The village of Coripo, where there are 16 residents left, is an example of this. This ancient centuries-old settlement, which is completely built of stone, has still preserved its original appearance. Since 1975, Coripo has been a protected monument of culture and history. As you can see, Switzerland is famous not only for watches and reliable banks. Its main wealth, pristine nature, and the Versace River are proof of this. There is something for fans of extreme sports to do here, and in the vicinity you can admire the local architecture, which will allow you to feel the centuries-old original culture. That's all from me. If you enjoyed it, please like this video, and subscribe to the channel. See you again.